Hey, what's the deal, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Honey. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back. It is your girl, Miss Honey, here for another Power Book 3 Season 2 Raising Kanan review. You guys are getting this uber duper early because it's my mom's birthday. And so today we're going to be jam-packed with all the things that she loves. Plus, I got to drop Handmaid's Tale. I'm behind 2 episodes, so you guys stay tuned for that. Plus, I'm doing The Woman King. I still have not seen it yet. I'm hoping to catch the matinee before dinner, and then after dinner do my review, but we shall see, right? You may get it Monday, just saying, right? So yeah, welcome back to the channel. To all my day ones, people who've been riding with me for a while, honeybees. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. I promise you won't regret it. I don't have a lot of content out there, but what I do have, quality work, right? Listen, don't forget the thumbs up button. It's engagement, right? And don't forget to comment down below. You guys know I talk back down below, okay? So let's get into this episode. It wasn't as great as last episode in terms of the meaty bits of it all, but it was still a really good episode, right? We're in episode 6. I think it's 10 episodes in this season. We're 4 episodes away from the end, and I'm still not complaining like I normally do. Y'all know normally I'd be like, listen, what are we doing? What are we doing? But your girl don't have nothing for them. I mean, y'all keeping it coming. Y'all keeping it consistent. I love that. This episode 6, is called It's a Businessman. It's a businessman. Right? And we are going to start off with Rock. Rock is the linchpin in this entire episode. She is the catalyst. She is the venue. She is the mover and the shaker. You know what I'm saying? You ever say the candlestick maker? You know what I'm saying? She's all things. All of our characters are being influenced or rerouted or waylaid, informed, by Rock. She literally touches every one of our characters in this episode in one way or another. So we are going to start with the matriarch of this clan and of this particular franchise, right? Raising Kanan, his mama Rock. Okay, Raquel is drawing lines in the sand. She has a mandatory company meeting. Okay, everybody got to be there. Okay, everybody's gathered. First things first, we are not bowing to these pizza ninjas. We're not bowing to the Italians. Okay, if we run from them, we're gonna be running from everybody else, right? She lets them know we franchising fools. Get with this program. You know what I'm saying? Keep your head on swivel. Pay attention. Okay? She also lets them know that Kanan is back in this business. Okay? And by saying that, she means same respect you show me, you show Kanan. Right? I think that's what she means, but I don't think everybody got that clue. You entry level, Kanan. You entry level. That's all I'm gonna say. Warrell pulls Rock aside and talks to her about Unique. Right? Says, "Oh, I'm loyal to you, but I hung with this dude, and I know for a fact that Unique knows one of the Italians on the inside. They owe him a favor. Maybe we can get Unique to talk with Unique to get him to get us to enroll into the Italians." Right? I don't understand it. I don't get that. I don't get why she would take that information. Take that advice. She does question it. Later on when he walks off, she questions it. She questions him and she questions Unique. She questions their relationship. She does question it. She is suspicious. That's all we need. That's all we need. We need her to question it, and we need her to be suspicious about it. Because if she does both of those things, she gonna stay on high alert. That's my hope. Okay. Rock then goes and steps to Unique. Okay. And he said, you know, first things first, Unique can't just do everything like regular. He's got to have a grandstand moment. He's got to have a bit of control in every bit of conversation. I know you guys have noticed this about Unique. She can come to him about passing the salt. He's going to have a 15-minute speech about salt and how, where it came from and the beauty of salt before he allows you to say 3 other words about salt. This is Unique's MO. So he works his way through her crew a little bit, you know, eyeing them up and down, and then pinpoints on Lou. Right? Lets Lou know that he thinks he's soft. Right? That can't none of your crew shoot. Lou, I hear you soft now. I hear you soft in the game now. Your heart ain't in this game now. And looking at you, I tend to believe it. Rock let all that go on. She let all of this go on. Okay, before she says, yeah, what I need you to do is go with me and talk with the Italians with me. And he was like, why would I do that? You know, and she was like, listen, you owe me a favor, right? Which I don't think he should owe her anything, because Rock should have broke his hands. She should have really taken one of his hands. If we want to get biblical about stealing, she really should have taken one of his hands. But that's fine. If you're not going to do that, you break it to the back. That way it don't work again the same, right? Break his shooting hand. I don't know what to tell you, Rock, but you not having punished Unique, okay, turns him into the monster that we see in this episode, where he's running roughshod over you and your business. But let's continue. He said, well, I think it's best if I go to the Italians and I talk to them. She was like, no, we carpooling. We doing this thing together, right? Me, you gonna go and sit down and meet with Italians. And if you got an inroad with them, if they owe you favors, you owe me favors, then this issue ought to be able to work out. Period. And Unique is like, okay. Yeah, cool, let's do it. Obviously, he doesn't honor that. He does not honor that because Unique don't have no respect for Rock. And his disrespect grows exponentially every time she let this ninja off without a physical reprimand. Okay? We see where Rock and her crew meet up with the Italians and their crew. Unique was supposed to come with her, but instead, when the Italians pull up, he gets out of their car. Once again, he done went around you, circumvented the plan, and went around you, Rock. Okay, he gets out the car like he with the Italians. Okay, the Italians said, hey, first of all, apologize about the Catskill situation. We don't hurt children. Now, we were going to mollywop you to heaven. But we wasn't trying to get your son. Okay? We wasn't trying to get your son. That reason alone says that they owe you, Rock. That reason alone says that they owe you. Right? Because they tried to get your son. Why you think you needed you? It doesn't matter. Okay, so he pulls Rock to the side and brings Unique in on it as well. And basically, he and Unique pull Rock to the side and tell Rock, I'm going to come down a couple of points on the money that you owe me for coming through New Jersey. But if you're going to have a man in New Jersey, it's got to be Unique. Unique has got to be your man in New Jersey. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to do this business with you. Which says a lot. I mean, it does say a lot. One, Unique is definitely handling the duck out of Rock. But two, what you think? They work together. You might as well put another Italian in your business. If you're going to put Unique in your business, you might as well ask the Italian mob boss to give you one of his other guys. It's the same thing. Unique going to be talking out of school about your business. Unique going to be talking about how much money you getting. It won't be long before they come back and tax you even higher, Rock. Plus, Unique going to be stealing from you. But I suspect you have thought about all of these angles, Rock. So I'm going to let you be. I'm going to let you live on this Unique situation. I really am, because I'm hoping that you just playing dumb. I'm hoping that you just playing dumb, right? Later on, we see where Rock, the lieutenant that she put over Jersey, the guy she put over Jersey, now he's going to be Unique's lieutenant. And the guy don't want no parts of it. He tell Rock duck her. He tell Unique duck him. He out. Best thing you could have done, sir. You probably gonna survive. You probably still alive today because of that decision, right? Then Rock tells Unique, don't get comfortable only putting your feet up on the furniture around here. You won't be staying long, right? Okay. Unique playing you out on every turn, and he continues to prove his point. You're not built for this thing, Rock. You're not built for this. Just the way you handling him alone shows you're not built for this. Period. Okay? Rock then decides she gonna meet with Cartier. She meet with Cartier, and they walking around the art studio, and he's giving her a little bit more nuggets about how he wash his money, how he keep his money moving. He talks about how he doesn't mind taking a loss on art pieces and those type of things, because the business is to move the money. The business is to wash the money, and that's really what the overall goal is. So it doesn't matter that he may lose a little money here and there on the art pieces. The other thing he tells her is that he don't stay he ain't not doing New York. New York is oversaturated. He's out there in markets that have a high demand, that don't have a lot of product. Okay. He also tells her he the warehouse, he the plug, he the phone, he the distribution center. You know what I'm saying? He is the cook. You know what I'm saying? He truly is the butcher, the baker, and the candlestick maker of this thing. Meanwhile, if you guys have been following TSF Entertainment on Sundays when we do our live review of Sunday's episode, every Sunday we talked about the fact that I talked about the fact that before I weighed in on Cartier real good, I need to see what he gonna give. If he gonna give us anger, what does he look like when he not happy? Because that tells you a lot about how how dangerous a person is on one end of the spectrum or the other, right? Like, even if you quiet but you sociopath, that's one type of danger, like, warning. Or if you just gonna be half-cocked, just violent for no reason, just gratuitously, violent. I just wanted to see where he was, right? And I did reference Monet, the dude that came in to scoop Monet up in book 2. The one that ended up being a spy, a snitch for the federal government, that type of thing. I was like, oh, that guy turned out, he came out real calm, but he turned out to be quite a little psychopath, right? So I said, let me just see what Cartier give. In this episode, as he's talking to Rock, one of the artists or whoever it is, he done sold a painting to, bought a painting from this guy, and the guy comes and puts his hand on his shoulder as he's talking to Rock and says, hey, I need your help loading this painting up. And Cartier shows how strong his pimp hand is. I mean, he went down low. That's how the pimp hand go. You got to come from way down yonder, and you got to bring it up high on a man's face. Okay, high on a man's face. This right here, yeah. backhands him. Tells her, don't you ever interrupt me again. Now I paid you for a deliverable. You make it happen. Okay? And continues to talk to Rock. Don't you ever interrupt me again. Right? This gives Rock a glimpse. Right? Don't let the fine painting fool you. Fine paintings fool you, the fine artwork. Don't let this fancy name, and this silk coat fool you. Okay? He tells her, oh no, I'm the paterfamilias. I'm the captain of all my ships. I diversify. My portfolio is strong. Right? She's impressed. She's impressed. The guy comes back in. He acts like nothing ever happened. Counts him off his money. My man shakes his hand, daps him up, and sends him on his way. The guy is, first of all, still got half a Tweety bird. Tweet, 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 floating around his head from when he got pimp-handed strongly. Strongly pimp-handed. He's still dazed and confused. Like, well, I painted a painting, and next thing I know, I ended up with Tweety birds around my head. Rock is impressed. Rock is impressed. Okay. We see where Rock have family dinner. Prior to everybody getting there, she making mashed potatoes, and she talked to Marvin. She tells Marvin she got to talk to him about something. And finally, we hear somebody defend Juke. Finally, we hear someone say, hey, that wasn't right. Finally, we hear one of the family members address why Juke is staying in Rock's house and not over at Marvin's. Right? Rock tells him why. I tried to let Juke handle her business and see how you was going to work this whole thing out. But why the heck would you jump on Juke? Daddy never jumped on me. He never would have put his hands on me. If you ever put your hands on Juke, I'll kill you myself. You hit Juke, you hit me. Now, it would have been real nice if Juke could have heard that. It would have been real nice if y'all could have had Juke there to hear the whole conversation, but it's fine. Also tells him that Kenya's back and she living up in Harlem, right? And Juke done found her, and Juke hanging out with Kenya. Why is she back here? She left him. Listen, it's your fault. It's your fault. She went looking for Kenya because you jumped on her. And it really feels like, okay, this is why we're having the conversation about never, ever, ever jump on Juke again, because it resulted in getting Kenya down there. Now, I don't know. Could he have jumped on Juke and beat her up? Would she have ever said anything if Kenya hadn't been brought into the picture? If it hadn't led to Juke going to find Kenya? It's a weird situation. It's moments where you feel like you can really, really like and admire Rock. But then when you get the whole context of the conversation that she's trying to have and whatever moment it is she's trying to have it in, you realize this itch, witch, y'all know what I'm saying. She is ruthless. She is ruthless. Do you really even care about Juke? Or are you even bringing this up just because it led to Kenya coming back? She tells Marvin, I helped raise her. I helped raise that girl. Okay? And because what you've done, we got Kenya back in the situation. I'm like, so... I mean, is Kenya a four-headed dragon and we just haven't seen it yet? Or I don't... What's wrong with you getting to know her mama? What is we doing? It's crazy. This throws Marvin all off. Okay. We see where Kanan comes running in and he's got news. Famous is in jail. Famous is in jail. We got to go right now and get Famous out of jail. And Rock was like, Famous got a mama and I'm not it. Let his mama get him out of jail. No, Mom, we've got to get him out now. I said what I said. Lou, Marvin, can we help? Marvin says what she said. Ain't nobody going to get Famous. Don't nobody like Famous like that. Are you crazy? Anyway, Mom, he's my friend. I said what I said. Get washed up for dinner. He run upstairs like a little kid. Now, he done had a busy day. That really the average teenager. I mean, but for you to run upstairs, I was just like, after all you done did that day, for him to run upstairs like a spoiled little brat, I thought that was hilarious. Okay. We see where he brings it up again at the family dinner that Rock is having. Everybody's sitting around. We see where Marvin is trying to talk to Juke. Juke is ignoring him, playing him out, right? Family dinner is very tense. When Kanan brings up Crown again, he's talking to Marvin on the sofa. And Marvin tells him, listen, she focused on Luke, she not focused on me. I'm not trying to get her to focus back on me. Okay? And if you know like I know, you let fame rot. And quit bringing your mama up in it. The money that I got to take, the brown bag money I was supposed to take to the bodega, it got jacked. We got the money back, but then the police rolled up on us and Fame had the bag on his back. Now, that's your money that you was... Now, first of all, your bag was yellow. But I digress. You supposed to be responsible for this money. Why is it on his back? Why is it on Fame's back? It's stupid. It's dumb just on the face of it. But I digress. He tells Marvin this, and Marvin is like, you best tell her. I'm not going to tell her that. He was like, look, I don't want no parts of this. I don't want no parts of getting Fame out. I don't want no parts of this whole money situation. I don't want to be there when you tell her. I don't want to be in the city when you tell her. But you best tell her, because she keep account of all the money. She keep account of all the money, right? But Kanan think he is smarter than the average bear, you know, like most teenagers. Rock continues to try to manage Unique in Jersey, but listen, he a wild card. Let's talk about Kanan. Kanan, like I said, he's a brown bag boy, and you know, he doesn't, in my opinion, he doesn't really have to worry about anything. When he asks how much money's in the bag, the dude tells him, don't worry about how much money in the bag, sir. You're overstepping your bounds. You know, so even though he's being brought back in the loop, he's been brought in on the entry-level perspective. No, you still gonna get sunned. You still gonna get sunned and bullied and dismissed until you learn this game, until we know we can trust you, until we know that you're not gonna get us killed or get our spot blowed up, right? You gonna get hazed into this thing. And it don't matter that you Rock son. And I think Rock co-signed on all of that. Okay? Take the money to the bodega. That's all you got to do. But you can't do nothing without fooling around with Famous. It's so weird that a dude with absolutely nothing and no ambition, you running around behind him, after him. And I've said that before in other reviews, but here we are. So fooling around with Fame, they both get robbed. Right? Fame gets his gold-plated necklace snatched, and Kanan loses the money. Now, Kanan got that snarl on his face. You know, he always... I forget who that was. It might have been Savannah who said he looked like he always got a spit. You know? Looking like Viola Davis playing Michelle Obama. You know, but he got a snarl. He gonna get his money back. He go to Fame house, he want to get a knife. I don't know why a dude pointed a gun at you, you going to get a knife, but that's fine, whatever. Should have went right back to the stash house and told him what happened. Period. 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 They probably would have gave you a gun and told you to go get that money, right? But still, you wouldn't have looked like an idiot fumbling around Fame's house, apartment, going through used old leftover housewares looking for a knife. You go over to Palomar's house and her daughter is painting her fingernails. She none the wiser, Palomar Jr. Why y'all need a knife? Y'all don't look like the kind of people that can cook. We need 2 knives. Oh, now y'all need 2 knives? Palomar's like, listen, don't get in the way of a man's work in the kitchen. So she takes Kanan to a quiet room and gives him a gun. How many bodies on the gun? Do you know, Kanan? Do you think you should ask, are there any bodies on this gun? Huh? Are the serial numbers filed? Like, you don't know any of these things, but of course you can't tell teenagers how much they don't know. They got to learn it, oftentimes the hard way. But it's fine, whatever. And she gives him a good, long, luscious kiss on the cheek. This gross. It's gross. It's gross. We accepting it probably because he a boy and she a girl. But it's gross. It's gross and it's inappropriate, right? Takes the gun, goes over to the dude's apartment, waits on someone to go into the apartment, pushes the dude into the apartment. He's got the gun on all of them. Fame is just standing there all scared. I don't know why you even took Fame. Fame is no help whatsoever. But here's a defining moment for Kanan. He gets the money. He gets the chain. The guy says, listen, when I saw the money that was in there, I didn't want no parts of that. I wasn't trying to do that. I thought, it was just your little trinkets and things, and you had a little pocket change and all that. I was just running up on you real quick. I didn't know you had your mama's drug money in there, right? Like, I didn't want to get involved in that. It's too late. Kanan said, you're already involved. And then he takes that revolver, that little short snub nose revolver with the thick barrel on it, and whack-a-cow! Pimp slaps him across the jaw. Kai, you could just feel all the teeth on that side just crack and buckle. Okay, and Famous is like, oh man, why you do that? I don't get now. Oh, I was like, please shoot. Please shoot him. Please shoot Fame. Just shut him up. Just shut him up. Sick of him. Okay. He starts molly-whopping the guy. Molly-whopping and beating him. And everybody's like, oh, he's definitely breaking his jaw. He's definitely cracking all of the teeth out of his mouth. He is definitely molly-whopping this guy within an inch of his life. There's an old guy across the hall. He sees it all because the door is open. Okay, sees it all, sees who's doing it, and he gives him one last smash across the jaw, takes Fame's chain, and they run. Now, they just walking down the boulevard. Okay, Fame is light-skinned with a high top fade, and Kanan is very describable. He's got a yellow jacket on, and white little red bits here and there, Tim's, and he's a plus size black male, young black male. They're together. You know what I'm saying? Ebony and Ivory. You know what I'm saying? Just walking down the boulevard, just taking a stroll. When the police roll up, they go to run, except Fame don't run. Fame just buckle, right? The one with the money should have ran before anybody, but Fame don't care. He don't care. It don't matter that he don't care. He just don't care, right? And he calling after Kanan. Kanan is getting it. He's able to ditch the police. So when he runs in the house to tell his mama at dinner that they got to go get Fame, this is why. This is why. He had just outrun the police. He trying to get down there and get this money and get that money, get Fame out and get that money out with Fame. But Marvin already told him, them police are dirty. They done split that money up. They down at the strip club now spending that money. You can forget that money. Okay, and it's a moment. Like I said, it's a defining moment for Kanan because he is essentially putting himself back out in the street. And Fame asked him about it. Fame asked him about it. I thought you said you wasn't getting into that anymore. I wasn't never really out of it, is what he tells him. Okay, but this next moment also is a defining moment in his relationship with his mama, because now you stacking the secrets up. He don't really care because he feel like she got secrets and she owe him, and if she throw his secrets in his face, then he gonna throw her secrets in her face, and then we gonna be even. He don't realize they ain't never gonna be even. They ain't never gonna be even. Your secrets is mine and my secrets is mine. Okay, you still think you can get off by reasoning with your mama. You don't even realize how you're positioning yourself in terms of how your mom looks at you, how much she trusts you, and ultimately if she decides she's going to turn her back on you. Okay, so he decides what he's going to do is he's going to call Howard, Detective Howard, who he has stood up now twice. Okay, but Detective Howard is desperate to see him. He wants to see him. Okay, he wants to talk to him. He's written out a lot of intricate details as to how he met his mom and the relationship and how everything evolved. He's written it down since he didn't have a chance to talk to him. And so when he gets Fame out and Fame gets out, and he's like, I got rap songs. I wrote rap songs in there because I'm, Fame is a clown. He tells Kanan, here, this will explain a lot of stuff. 1, 2, Fame is a clown. 3, don't ever stand me up again. If you give your word and say you're going to be somewhere, you need to be there. And Kanan realizes, oh, I forgot. That's right, I forgot. I didn't mean to forget. Yeah, I don't want to hear all that. Just be where you're supposed to be. Keep your word. Okay? All your money's in the bag. I made sure that all your money's in the bag. But I need you to read this paper, and I need you to keep your word. Meanwhile, Burke's pulled up, and she sees him talking to Kanan. She sees the whole exchange. Okay? It's crazy. It's crazy. 1, Marvin told you don't want to cross Rock. Okay? Every chance you get, you crossing Rock. And you think what you got on Rock is going to supersede the fact that you crossing her, you're crazy. Okay, let's talk about Juke real quick. Juke is dress shopping with her mommy, right? And her mom is saying these key things like a woman ought to dress like a woman. No more baggy pants and work boots and men's pants, and no more of that. A woman should dress like a woman, and now you look like a proper lady, and she's pulling on the dress, and it's all these demure clothes, and you can tell that Juke is doing it because it's an opportunity to spend time with her parent. When she turns to walk off, she is just like, I hate this chiffon crap, right? Bumper umpire waist. You know what I'm saying? You can tell she's just not into it. Later on, when they walking down the street with all of their bags and stuff, and it's Juke's old crew. Now, we ain't seen them since season 1, right? Since she saved one of them fools' lives. And they want to know, hey, Juke, is that you? And she turns around. And first she looks puzzled, like, what these ninjas gonna say? And they say a lot. They disrespectful. They find out that that's Kenya's mom. Kenya is Juke's mom. They ask Juke, oh, you paying for clothes now, right? Basically letting them know that she was letting her mama know she was boosting. And they never seen her in no dress. They can't believe she that fine, and they don't understand why you dress like this. Like, what's up with you? And then when Kenya announces that she's her mama, they say, well, we'll get up with you later. In other words, okay, mom's the word. Too late now. You done said enough. And so when Kenya says, who are those guys? Juke don't waver. This is why I like Juke. Juke don't waver. She wasn't acting scared and trying to over-explain and all that. She said, they friends of mine. They just a guy I know from around the way. Let's go have lunch. Let's go have lunch. You're not going to be all in my business like that. Let's go have lunch, right? I don't know how long this thing going to last between Juke and her mom, because we're seeing her mom is uber conservative in the church, and obviously she, like Lou and Crown and everybody else, want Juke to be something that she not. Okay, so let's go on and talk about Marvin then. Marvin still checking for Tony. Why? I do not know. It's going to pan out eventually. I don't understand why we bringing Tony back in to do what? We bringing Tony back to do what? Like, what's the point in reintroducing Tony into this season? For what point? You guys, if y'all know, if you have some idea, tell me. Put it down below. Okay, lastly, or next with the Marvin situation, he's doing really well in therapy. You guys know Marvin has a tapeworm. Every time we see him, he's eating. Every scene, he is eating. Marvin has a tapeworm. But he's doing well in therapy with his beef jerky, and he's talking about the business. You know, he's been kind of abstract about it, not being real detail oriented. But Miss Renee is so proud, you know, and he was like, I'm openly aggressive. Yes, I'm accepting that. The breathing doesn't always work, but using my calm words helps the breathing. Miss Renee is very, very impressed. When he learns about how Rock feels about jumping on Juke, he apologizes and he says he regrets that. He doesn't know if she's ever going to speak to him again, but it's one of his biggest regrets. When Rock tells him about Kenya, after the dinner and everything, the next day he goes and he sees Kenya and he hits that doorbell, and when she answers, he says, Marvin. She lets him up. And he says, what are you doing back here? Why you back? You left her, you abandoned her 16 years ago, all the hard work done, and now you back? Marvin, I just want to get to know my daughter. You left here thinking you was some type of Anita Baker type-ish. Now you back to get the fame and the glory, to steal Juke away from me. You know, and she's like, I just want to get to know my daughter. I have a right to get to know my daughter. We don't need you. We don't need you back here. Your daughter don't need you, and I don't need you. It was such an emotional moment. Such an emotional moment. I mean, I really think I heard a crack in Marvin's voice. He looks like he had a lot of love for Kenya. It also looks like he has no idea ultimately why Kenya left, which goes back to what we've been saying, which is Rock had something to do with Kenya leaving. Marvin looks genuinely hurt. Genuinely hurt to relive the fact that she abandoned them. Genuinely hurt now that he's standing there looking at her. You know what I'm saying? And she back. It's a crucial conflict moment, y'all. Tell me what you think about this whole moment. But I'm telling you. Marvin does not know everything that's going on with this Kenya Juke Rock situation. Okay? So, we see where right before Juke was about to go upstairs from dinner, Marvin said, hey, you look good today. It's good to see you. Let's talk a little bit later on. She was like, good night, Kanan. Oh, Lord. It's so funny. I don't know what Marvin doing with Tony. But that scene, it was very short between he and Kenya, but it was a good scene. Once again, Juke's nowhere involved in the conversation. Lastly, let's talk about Lou. Lou actually ended the episode. You guys remember when I said last week when Lou folded his arm, I felt like our old Lou was back. Our season 1 Lou was back. Well, like I said, he gets an earful from Unique when they go to meet with Unique to talk about what he was going to do for them with the Italians. Unique hones in on Lou and not only calls him weak, says he can't shoot, says his heart isn't in the game anymore. He calls him soft, all of these things. And Lou just stands there and kind of takes it all. Really, everybody did. Nobody jumped in to defend him at all. And he stood there and didn't really defend himself as well. All he said was it wasn't Warrell's time to go. Right? That, you know, ultimately that's why I missed him. Wasn't his time to go. Okay, we see where Ziza goes over to the radio station where he's working, and she says, you know, Cartier is not happy that he's not hearing my song on the radio. And Lou says he's working on that. He's working on it at every chance he get. Hey, I think you gave me your niece's song. Does she sing better than me? He says, not better, just different. And she says, well, you know, she gets real fresh kind of with him, you know, kind of leaning in, kind of talking real close, that type of thing. She wants him to kiss her. He seems like he wants to kiss her, but at the same time, he got a lot on his mind. Plus, he already been burned by Jessica. So he continues to do his work and brush her off, basically. And she's not completely thrown off, right? Completely rejected. She just has that look on her face like it's going to take some time, but she going to get him. She going to get him where she want him, right? I don't trust Ziza. I don't trust Ziza at all. So then we see later when he's talking with Rock at dinner, he discovers at that time that, you know, Crown is the one, that Crown went to Rock and talked to Rock. Rock lets him know. And at the time, I didn't really think it, I didn't know. I wasn't sure if it was a strategy that she was doing, like, are her and Crown continuing to play this game out right in Lou's face, or if she was earnestly telling him as a sister, you need to watch that ninja Crown, because Crown came to me and said, whoop, whoop, whoop. You know, when the soundboard got stolen, I thought Crown was involved, but I thought Rock was working with him too. Right? Because when he came to talk to Rock, Rock didn't completely dismiss him. Now that she's talking to Lou, she's telling Lou, you know, maybe you have turned weak. Maybe you are. You know what I'm saying? Your heart not in this game, but let Crown tell him when he came to me, you ain't no good at the music game. Okay? You know, he trying to get me involved in on the business because you ain't doing too good. Like, what's up with that? Okay? It's another straw. It's another straw, right? It's the straw that breaks the camel's back. Okay? Talking to him crazy. Everybody is dismissing him. Everybody's calling him weak. You know what I'm saying? His own sister talking in his face. She doesn't value anything that he has to say. Any advice that he has to give. Listen. We don't, the Italians do heroin. We doing crack. We're not going to miss nothing by not going into their territory. Marvin seconds it, but it doesn't matter. Before season 1, she took Lou's advice. Here now, nada. I'm not taking Lou's advice. So that's another straw. I'm not advisor. I'm not feared. I'm being called soft. I'm being, you know what I'm saying, fronted on in front of a whole bunch of people. Now to hear what Crown did, it is the straw, the proverbial straw that breaks the camel's back. So Crown is in the studio putting up albums, and Lou comes in and he folds the arm. He said, you know, when I found out you was bucking Jessica, I let it go because I don't let itches get in the middle of my business. But to find out that you went to my sister and Crown face just fell. Then I guess he thought to himself, you know what? I'm just going to go for it. Everybody playing this dude out is soft. Everybody saying this dude is soft now on the streets. I'm going to take my chance and go for it. Yes, I did get backhanded to the gates of heaven last week. Hard to the face, down to the ground. But you know what? What's the worst that could happen? So he tells him, well, yeah, you are this and you are that and what you gonna do and woo, woo, woo. And then when he turns his back on Lou, it's like time stopped for Lou. He reached over and grabbed an aux cord, baby, one of them thick, heavy, and looped that joker around Crown neck, baby. When I tell you, he drug him across that soundboard and drug him across that floor and leaned back in on that joker. It took a long time. It took a long time for Crown to die, but he did die. Now, let's talk about strangulation real quick. It's a very intimate crime. To strangle somebody up and close shows the seething anger and how personal you take in this situation, right? Okay. It also takes an immense amount of strength. That strength is oftentimes fueled by anger. To be able to choke a nut. Now, choking a woman is one thing, but choke a man out? Oh, Lou had it. He snapped. He snapped. And he took that electrical cord, baby. When I tell you, he choked the life out of Crown, and he fell dead. Doom. And Lou lifted that shoulder up, and you could see all them red, dark, burgundy marks around his neck where he had been choked into glory. Lets the body drop. Ugh. Zisa walks up behind and says, "What are we going to do with him?" I said to myself, if you get in bed with Zisa, you best believe you getting in bed with Cartier. If you hide this body with Zisa, Cartier's going to know about it. I want you to know that Zisa's there so that Cartier can keep an eye on his investment. I'm telling you that now. You getting rid of Crown, but you gaining Cartier. That's what I'm telling you, Lou. You guys tell me what you think about this episode. How do you think about how Rock is handling Unique? You know what I'm saying? You think she being real smart and crafty and getting Unique right where she want him? Or do you think it's a mistake how she's handled Unique up until this point? How do you feel about this situation with Lou? Are you glad to see season 1 Lou back? Is he really back? Or do you think eventually we're going to see Lou bite the bullet too? What do you think is going on with Rock and Cartier? You think Cartier is going to be Rock's love interest? What do y'all think Burke's overall goal is? What she's trying to achieve watching Howard and Kanan and continuing to talk about this situation and stick her nose in where it doesn't belong? What do y'all think about juking her mama? How long y'all think she gonna be able to, you know what I'm saying, pretend to be something that she's not? How long before it boils over? I'm excited about episodes 7, 8, and 9. And you know, I'm kind of frantic a little bit. Like I want to fast forward. Like I want to skip ahead. I want to see episode 7 right now. But you guys tell me what you think about this episode overall. I thought it was really good. Until next time, honeybees. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Aha.